Hello, welcome to Agile World. Hello, Sabrina. How have you been this week? Any problems you want to state? I can absolve you. Any Agile sins?
Agile sin, right. It's been amazing hot weather here in the UK. But I'm disappointed because the temperature has turned around and said it was like 18, 20 degrees. And I went out to go flourish and get a suntan, and it didn't feel like 18 to 17 degrees. So I decided to stay
you
in.
need to work. You need to work with whoever controls the weather to make it more of an iterative experience.
I'm in the wrong country. I'm Mediterranean. I'm actually Sicilian. I'm in the wrong country. I require sun and heat. I think that's my only sin for this week. I haven't been out enough. I've been Agile Worlding too much this week.
Well, Anurag, welcome to the show. I believe you have you're in a country that has a certain control over the sun. We just need to do a live show from there at some point in the future.
I don't think we have control in the sun because it just doesn't stop. In summers, the temperatures just don't stop. Rises to almost 45, at times 50 as well in some places.
We should do a house swap.
Fair enough.
I will move over to you for a month. You can move in at mine for a month. And then I can get my sun, you can get your cold, and that works out perfectly, I think.
So is travel allowed?
Yeah, I don't think you quite grasped it. I don't think you quite grasped that because I thought Anurag was in Edinburgh.
You're not, are you?
I was there a few years back in Edinburgh for the festival. The last long weekend I was there.
Okay.
It's stunning. I do love the Edinburgh Fringe.
Well,
so we're interested in your Agile journey, Anurag.
Yeah, so I think like many of the IT software engineers, so I started my journey as a software developer, and that was long back. I'll not say long back because there are people who have got much more of experience than I have got. So yeah, almost 14 and a half years of experience. I joined my company, which is my only company since I passed out of my college. So yeah, I joined as a software engineer, worked in the development side of things, then moved into the IT operation side of things, then again back to development, and that is when I moved into Agile. So it was almost like 2013, 14 that I moved into Agile, and since then I've been doing multiple things in Agile. So I have been working. So I started as a project lead, then did the role of a Scrum Master. Now I have been also like coaching a few people, coaching, mentoring. That is something which I really like because I feel that if you spread knowledge, if you make more people aware of what you know, then I think you'll have much more happy people around you, and somehow and somewhere you'll also get it back from people who know more than you. So that is how I take things. And that is how I started, and now I think I'm doing more into project management. So I'm managing projects for my client, and that is a client based in the UK. And yeah, so I've seen my company, which is a client in the UK, change from multiple waterfall projects into completely agile projects, and now everybody understands why we need agile. And I think in IT, most of the organizations now throughout the world know what is the importance of agile, why we need agile, why we need to be agile. We are transforming from I've seen people transforming from doing agile to being agile. So just for the sake of doing agile, organizations started adopting agile. Many failed, many had success, and then now I think with the iterations that people are doing, so I think eventually people are succeeding, and that is why it has spread across the globe, and now it is not limited to IT. So
do you think there will be an agile political party then?
Yeah,
not left and not right. Let's just be agile.
Could be. Very well, it could be. So if a scientist can, I think scientists are okay, but I've seen people like who don't have any relation to IT, and they have been agile. They have been doing agile. We had people who have been using agile in their farms,
Yeah.
and then the people who have been using agile in their pharmacies. So yeah, I think that is how it is growing. That is what we found in the festival, and that is where it is going to be now in the future.
So
That
talking
would
about
be
festivals,
interesting.
sorry.
Sorry, I was just about to say that would be interesting to understand how they're doing agile within pharmaceuticals, because that's an extremely fast-paced environment. We need to find someone who's in the pharmaceutical industry, because I'd be very intrigued. No, seriously, I'd be very intrigued to
Yeah,
see
it's
how
it.
they actually use agility.
I don't know that any pharmaceutical company would allow any of their members of staff to talk about how they work, but we can ask. I know quite a few people in pharma, so.
There you go. Sorry, you were saying something, Carl.
Well, I was just going to say, so that's how what you've discovered in the festival. That was just passed in February. It's only a month ago. Well, now 2 months actually, since we were in April. So the Agile 20 Reflect Festival, 1 month in the doing and 5 months in the planning. What's happening now?
Yeah, so I think after the festival, so many of us thought that we have overworked. So we spent a lot of time, we spent a lot of effort setting up the festival, and all of it for free, all of it out of our own like normal day jobs. So almost everybody had their own day jobs, and then this was out of it. I also have my MBA, so I'm doing my exec MBA. So that was the third thing that I had. But then everybody loved to do it. Everybody loved to be part of it. Everybody thought that this is something which I want to do. I find it exciting, and that is what I also felt when I joined it. To be very frank, when we are using agile, so we are thinking, we are hearing about this term called agile manifesto all the time. Now nobody, or I'll say very less number of people whom I had been talking in my company, or people I know, could have imagined that the agile manifesto was actually signed way back 20 years. So because it actually started being used more in this last decade, like
Hmm.
2010 onwards, it was more into action. So very few people could believe that it is actually going to be 20 years. That's what I also felt when I saw that first post on LinkedIn asking for volunteers, and then I met Scott, and then I met all of you. So I think everybody was tired, everybody needed some rest, and that is what we did. But then like not everybody, but most of the us also felt what next, because we have been able to make this as such a successful and such a big festival. Why not take it forward? Why not make agile more accessible? Because we met so many people who are using it in different industries, in different phases of their life. Why not take it forward? And that is what came out of the retrospective that we did almost a week later after the festival had ended. So people wanted to be part of it, people wanted to take it forward, but they were lacking a drive or a vision from the trustees, and also the people who were actually the core of the festival. So we discussed, we did some brainstorming, we also had some disagreements, we also had some people leaving because yeah, obviously they were tired, or maybe they thought that they'll not be able to put in that amount of energy or effort. So yeah, I think we should appreciate that, because everybody can have their own personal and professional commitment. So some decided to leave, but then we'll also have many more people who will be eager to join. So we'll have more trustees, and we'll have more people in the central organization. So we have recently launched Access Agile. So we have rebranded from Agile 20 Reflect to Access Agile. And yeah,
Yay!
and I'm really proud to be part of Access Agile, and really proud to be part of the organizing team who actually formed Access Agile. So thanks to both of you that you are also part of this journey. So Access Agile has now branched into different subgroups. So it is not just a festival now. It is more like giving back to the community. It is more like a foundation where we are going to use. So I'll use your term that you used, Karl, funneling. So we'll funnel the funds and it will go to people who actually needed it. So it will come from people who have excess of it or who want to donate it to people who need it more. So
Yeah.
that is what we'll do. We'll also take the festival to places. So today I put in some post on LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter, and we are asking for people. We are going to recruit more people. We're going to onboard more people, but we'll be trying to onboard a bit more serious people, because now there's not just one month, but it is going to be
It'll be sour
there.
faced. Very serious people. Don't know
I
about
know what you mean.
No,
I know what you mean, Anurag. I mean, I'll go back
yeah,
to
more
one of the points
authentic
you
people.
just made. Yeah, well, a
Yeah,
lot of
more
us
authentic.
kind of felt
Yeah,
afterwards, we kind of felt, or I said on the show a few times, and I said to you guys on our calls, I felt withdrawal symptoms. I almost felt unfinished. And I
yeah,
always felt that there was more to be had. And when we were having the discussions, we were all that passionate. We weren't too sure at first what was going to be next, but we knew we wanted something next. And it was almost like, we know this could be bigger. We know this could be better. We know we can do more things as people. And that is what Access Agile is going to be. And I also agree that there's a lot of people that did join that were really, really helpful. But the ones that kind of, you could see the ones that, really were passionate about it. And I think that's what you're looking for as well, is extremely passionate people. Carry on, I
yeah.
thought I didn't on you, sorry.
Because that's exactly what I wanted to mean. So yeah, we need passionate people, but we also need to make them aware that this is not something that like that is just for a month or a week. So this will need your time. This will need your commitment, and it is not going to be more like your day job. But yeah, you should be passionate, and then I think you'll find time for it. So we are going to find those people. We have time on our side. We'll find those people, and then I've also shared the email address. It's festival@access-agile.org. I'll just repeat: festival@access-agile.org. Please write to us. We'll be more than happy to see your email. And then once we have onboarded people, so once we go through all this, once we have onboarded people, and then we are going to work as a complete agile team. We'll be self-organizing. We'll be discussing together. We'll be encouraging people to give their ideas, to give their suggestions, work on what we did well in the festival, and also try to improve what we could have done better. So
I,
that is
I,
what I think our aim would be. And
so
I
Anurag,
think
I
we'll
think
make it big.
we saw a
Yeah,
lot of people with very
discuss.
strong opinions in the month of February, and my challenge to them
Yeah,
is get involved. Have your voice heard.
Yes.
yeah,
Be part of the solution. You observed problems, and there were problems, and we recognise that. It was probably the biggest experiment I've ever been involved with. But as an experiment, we know that things won't be right, and we'll try and fix them, but we can't fix everything. So if you observe things that
yes.
you thought could be done better, participate this time around and be involved in making them better.
There was also an opportunity for those we heard in our big retrospective that we had through our meetup channel, and that was at the 1st of March, I believe it was. And there was a lot of people that said, actually, Agile20Reflect just came out of nowhere. They didn't even know anything about it. It just literally pinged. And there was a lot of people we heard from that said they actually wanted to get involved. So this is an opportunity for those who were interested in Agile20Reflect, but it just appeared out of nowhere for them to actually now get involved in Access Agile and get involved from the very beginning and be able to put your input in, your inspiration, your passions, what your beliefs are with agility, and what you believe that this should be. And this is actually an amazing opportunity. We will be adding all the links to this video as well. So you don't, if you need to find the links, it will be added onto the video, but I can't express enough. So you can see my passions coming out. I'm getting excited again. I'm like, what?
So
But,
Anurag, so a question for you. Do you have a time frame? I mean, not just for onboarding people, but do you know when the next festival will be? I know it's a hard question to ask. Look, I'm here to do a talk show. I'm here to ask the hard questions.
No, that is correct. So I think that is something which is there on my mind, because I feel at this point in time, because if you are going to do it once in a year or maybe wait for Feb, people may lose that momentum. People may lose that interest. So why not do something again this year and then go from there? So see what the response is.
Yeah.
Are we able to see the same level of commitment? Are we able to make it big this year? If yes, then we'll think whether we can do it twice in a year or maybe once in a year. But then we'll change the time. Instead of Feb, we can do it later this year. So
So,
yeah, I think we'll have to think over it. But I got
so,
your question. That is something which I'm also thinking.
so you're open to whoever joins to have that conversation with them based around commitment. So it's that you haven't set down absolutes. It's going to be a community project.
Yes.
Okay.
That is why I
That's
said we are
exciting.
going to be self-organizing.
Okay.
I'm extremely lucky because I get to work with you again, Anurag. You know, I absolutely enjoy working with you. I'm also going to be working with Karl. I've actually dotted myself around all over the place. But
No, so I'm also lucky to have you with me, because we talked earlier today as well. So I am also lucky to have you because I think the way you led the marketing circle and the way we advertise, and I think one of the reasons for the success of the festival is that to market it well, with the limited number of people that we had. And I think you, Carl, and Sat, and then Katie. So I think you all did quite a great job with the limited number of people that we had, the limited time that we had. So I think we'll take it, like we'll have more such people and we'll do better.
Yeah. And
thank
I'm
you.
actually not involved with the festival this time. I absolutely 100% behind it, and if I'm needed, I'll be there. But you know, my view is that we should let people rise up from within the community. I mean, none of us were appointed to any roles in Agile20Reflect. We exhibited the behavior and then was given the responsibility, but we didn't actually apply for jobs. So I know that there was some feedback about people with job titles. Well, they were applied later after people have been doing that work for several months, because we needed to make some alignments with organizations, and they were useful in that stead. But actually, from my perspective, I always seen Ash as the CTO, and me as his adjutant to make sure that we get the right work in. So I think that's really important as well. We're not advertising jobs. We're asking people to choose to be involved, and commitment and engagement is rewarded with that kind of engagement and status, if that's how you want to operate.
Was one really good
Yeah.
thing about Agile20Reflect, and it was, say, I'll give an example of my scenario. I was always interested in marketing. I was always interested in the social media side, but it's not something I kind of got into. And Agile20Reflect gave me that opportunity to not only learn about the marketing side and the social media side, but also I seemed to have a knack, and I didn't even realize I had a knack for it. And it allowed me to do something different that I wouldn't do on my everyday role. And this is why I say to everyone else, if you want to come join us, it is an opportunity for you to try something new out, you know, do something that you've had an interest, but you don't actually do as a job. It could end up with a new career. I've ended up with Karl. You know, you can.
I'm sorry, everyone. There's only one Karl, and Marie, and I keep on calling Marina. Sabrina keeps on getting me. I keep on calling her Marina. It's a weird thing. It's must be something to do with Thunderbirds.
I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that one day. As I need to get pink hair or something.
So I think
but no, definitely.
adding to what, yeah, I think adding to what you said, Sabrina. So having the right people at the right time. So I think that is what we were fortunate to have, and that is why I think we are able to make it big as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can do it. We've got
So
the passion for it. We just
I-
need these other passionate people.
I'm gonna ask the difficult question. How many people have you got so far?
Two of us.
Excellent. How many people do you
It's
think
me
you?
and Anurag.
So the last festival had 85 ambassadors and about 15 core group people that did the ops, and there was about another 30 people involved throughout the 5 months. So you're starting at 2, and the last festival had over 100. So
Hang on a minute. You've got 2 extremely passionate people here, right? We can do this.
But you need other people. That's what I'm saying. Is people need some perspective on it. You know, it didn't. We all love Scott, but Scott didn't make this happen. Hundreds of people made this happen, and hundreds of people are going to be required to make the next thing happen. Not working 100% because everyone's got jobs, hopefully, or will have in the next few months. But still, there's a high commitment, and there is a regular update every week or so. So you need to be engaged, but it needs lots of people. So I just think people need to know that it's 2 people. I love you guys, but you're brilliant, but you're not that brilliant.
Yeah, and I think yeah. So I think that is what I have been saying, and I think many of us are also saying. So we have to make it more. I- I'll not use the word agile again, but more like self-serving. So should not more automated, because if you just end up doing manual work a lot, then you'll overburn and then you'll lose interest. But if you have things which can automate, if you have things which are self-serving, if there's a new request which comes in to make a change to the website, so people should have the option to do it on their own. Yeah, there would be some controls in place, but if we can build something like that, then I think that will make life easier for many of us. And having more people will always help, but more people who are authentic, more people who are committed. So yeah, that is our aim. Let's see how many we can add.
Excellent.
Let the floodgates open. That's all I can say. Come and
They're already
join
open.
us.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
Oh,
So in the rest of your agile life, how are you doing? How are you balancing this new thing with everything else you got to do?
Yeah. So my MBA is taking a lot of my time because that is firstly it is from India's best, and then like ranked 50 in the world, my executive program. So that is taking a lot of my time, and it needs commitment because there's lots of investment that I've done, both financially, mentally, physically, emotionally, and that is apart from my day job. So I've got supportive people around me, including in my office, and people like you, and my family. So I think if you love what you do, then you are able to take time out of it. You do it quite well, Carl. You know it quite well, because if you have lots of things to do, and you said that in the past, if you are a busy person, then you are able to take and plan things better so that you are able to finish everything. You
Yes.
also take whatever what you can finish, not overcommit. So that is how I generally try to do. At times I get exhausted, and that is a fact. But then something will goes on the back burner, because I think I remember when I go for my MBAs, and that is almost like 7 days every 1.5 months. I have to be fully into it. So my next classes start from day after tomorrow, Saturday. I'm starting my
Wow.
term 5 from Saturday. So for 1 week I'll be completely into it. But then if I have interest, then I think I'll be able to take out time for my office at times, and agile access agile as well. So I think that is how I'm able to balance it.
Well, that's good. I mean, there's the science fiction way of balancing it, which is to have clones, which they don't really work very well, and they keep trying to take all my my nice barbecue food, or to actually make some hard decisions. You need to set some work in progress limits, and then the prioritizations, because actually once you know that, and I think Shelby was saying about how she always organizes things using Kanban, it's actually quite good to apply agile principles to how we actually live and work. Don't forget that 10% for your wife.
And we require
No,
more
that is more than 10%. Yeah, that is more than 10%.
Hey,
And not just
just
wife.
checking,
So,
just checking.
so an interesting fact is that at this point in time, I've got 4 kids at home. So my sister is also here, and that is one of the positives of the lockdown or the COVID, that you are able to work from home. So she has come here. Kids are on vacation, so I've got 4 kids at home currently. So I've told them that go into different rooms. I'm doing this interview, and but then I'll have to do my classes from Saturday. And with 4 kids, I'm just imagining how I'll be able to do it, but hopefully I'll be able to make it.
As long as you can
and it's
maintain that
also
happy smile, then there's a win. You may need to get a stick with a pointy end.
it's also having that support network. So this is why it's good to be in teams and having that good relationship. And that's what we've always found together. And me and you, Karl, we found this together as well. We've got there's times when Karl's overloaded or I'm overloaded. We speak to each other multiple times a day, and we support each other, both personal and work. I mean, like Karl now is like the first person I go to. You are definitely my big brother.
Well, I was the younger brother, but okay, each to the
There's no way you could get away with that. I'm so sorry.
I'm okay. I'm okay to be a younger or a big brother.
It's worth a try, I'll tell you.
Yeah, one more thing which yeah, I think one more thing which I missed talking about is that this volunteering. I'm also doing it for my MBA. So we have got a student council, like it is there for almost all the educational institutes, that you have a student body, and I'm the lead of it. So I was voted to be the lead of it, and I do a lot of these kind of interviews. So for my cohort, so we have got different people from different industries who are working, who are studying with me. So this is something which came from this festival. So this is one of the things which I learned from the festival. I interviewed April, and then I went on to interview few more people from my cohort. So that is how we get to know more about them, and they also talk about their journey, why they have joined the MBA. And then there are other sessions. So we invite people to, the known like well-known people who have done well in their professional lives. So we invite them for speaker sessions. So I'm the one who leads those initiatives. So there are many such things as well. Again, I get asked the same question: how, where do you get the time from? So if you love it, then I think you'll be able to do it.
Yeah. Well,
100%.
thank you very much, Anurag. I think we're kind of at the close of this. Thank you so much for your time.
Always love it when you come on the show, and this won't be the last. I'm sure we'll see you, and I will catch you later anyway, Anurag.
You can come and give us an update on how things are going.
Yeah, pleasure is all mine, and happy to work with both of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Anurag. Bye.
Bye.